that new thing, that offer, idea, opportunity, whatever new is coming in for you, let's check in to see what you need to know about it. While something may look exciting and promising, we definitely want to check in with spirit guides and our intuitive energies to see what we need to know about it before we say yes. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. So yes, this reading is for all signs. It is timestamped, timestamps in the description and in the first pinned comment. We are going to check in to see what you need to know before you say yes, cross a threshold, and commit to something new coming into your life. All right, Aries, let's see what you need to know before you say yes. So let us see. Bobo is blocking everything, of course. Large and in charge. All right, Aries, what do you need to know before you say yes? Aries. Well, is it going to pay off? You kind of want a guaranteed outcome before you say yes. Queen of Coins. Yeah, you do, Empress. You want the money. So they better be ponying up the money, and it better be a significant amount. That's, you know. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, 9 of Wands in your heart, 9 of Swords, and the 6 of Coins. Okay, so here is the thing, Aries. You have been busting your sweet little buns here. Here you are in your heart, 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords. I mean, you have been worried that is your hard work going to pay off? That really is the issue here. So whatever is on the table here, contract, opportunity, relationship, whatever this thing is, money deal, job offer, you're like, they better be giving me the money. It better come in. It better be fair and balanced. The universe better take care of me. This is the thing. And I think the universe is going to take care of you. So we have the 6 of Coins here. This is the Libra energy, of course. This is a contract, so especially something that you need to sign. So maybe some sort of legal agreement, financial negotiation. But this could also be something that you are offering out into the world and wanting the universe to deliver the monies for your hard work. Like, let's say you're an entrepreneur and you just put together an online class, or you're selling something, you just started a new product line. You're doing new crafts and at a craft fair, and you just came up with a new soap line, whatever it is. Like, you really want to make sure that everything that you've been implementing and innovating is going to be returned to you fairly. Like, you just want something fair. You're not greedy. Well, maybe a little over here, okay? But you're like, if it's fair, I'm good with it. So I think you're going to see that the universe will bring back something that is fair and balanced for you. Now, this 7 of Coins here, 6 of Coins, it's your 7th house Libra of other people. So this could have something to do with, again, some sort of negotiation with someone else, but somebody else could also have very goodwill toward you. So whatever you are cooking up here, what you need to know before you say yes to it, put it out there or agree to whatever it is to really make sure that this person is negotiating in good faith and goodwill, because you have invested too much energy and time into building this thing, getting yourself in a position to make it happen, whatever the case may be. This is not a negative card. It looks good, but you do have worries and concerns about whoever you're going to be dealing with. So as long as you investigate and vet and discern whoever it is you are dealing with, that they do play on an even playing field, that they are, what's the word I want? They have a strong moral compass, let's just put it that way, that they are fair and balanced, you'll be good with it. So I think what we have here is a very, very strong possibility of something you've been working hard on for a long time to shift your financial situation with this Empress and this Queen of Coins, to bring it into a tangible reality and have the start of some big money. You know, it is a 6 of Coins. It's not a 10 of Coins that we're ending on here, but it has the potential to really grow for you. Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, which is also something that you want. So before you say yes, make sure that this has the growth potential for you to make the type of money that you want. And that this person is fair and balanced, and not just balanced with money, but maybe also mentally balanced, that they're not, you know, not a little cray-cray. All right. But this Nine of Swords is, you also may need to sleep on this and try to get your own fears out of the equation before you say yes. You have a lot riding on this, I feel. Like there's a lot at stake here, and you may need to just work through some of your own fears as well before you say yes to something. Okay, but this looks very promising, Aries. All right, Taurus, let's see what you need to know before you say yes to the next opportunity coming into your life. Taurus. All right, let's see. We have the Six of Wands, and we have the King of Swords. Four of Cups, like you're ready for this. You're very excited this is happening. But we have the Devil, and we have the Eight of Wands. All right, so this is interesting. Before you say yes, there is an energy that needs to be looked at. This Devil card that's showing up here. So I think what Spirit's saying, before you say yes, really make sure you're saying yes, not because you're desperate. Okay, this dysfunctional energy here with the Devil card may prompt you, again, it's a general reading, and may prompt you to say yes before you're ready, or before other better things can come in. Eight of Wands. Okay, so there could be something also that's going on here where somebody might be playing to your ego a little bit with the Six of Wands, King of Swords. And so there is something that, you know, that, or this is like really the desire to move ahead and be recognized. But again, there's something maybe about ego that's going on here. And not in a negative way. It's perfectly okay to want recognition, absolutely. And to feel like you're moving forward, to have invitations to show up and shine and do your thing, to feel like a valuable contributing member of society, of course, right? The Six of Wands, King of Swords. But this King of Swords with this Devil that's also showing up in this reading is making me feel like possibly somebody offers something that plays more to your ego, and there's maybe more in it for them than for you. And that's what I'm a little concerned about. So again, this is an energy, this is a message of using the energies before you say yes. So if this is aligning and you're kind of feeling this vibe, then investigate. And also know maybe time is on your side, because there might be other things coming in for you. If you're not too hasty in saying yes to something simply out of ego and flattery. Oh, you know, they think I'm the bee's knees, so of course I'm going to say yes, and it may not be right for you. This Four of Cups in your heart is interesting, because it could be that you're feeling a little low or a little sad that there hasn't been as much recognition in something that you would like. Enough attention and recognition. So I just want you to be cautious. And I mean, and this goes also for some sort of dating scenario as well. If you're in the dating world, you know, and you've been looking, you know, high and low here, the Six of Wands up on the horse, like looking like, where's somebody who's, you know, got some decent energy and who's gonna, you know, pay me some attention and recognize my value, in other words, right? But this King of Swords with this Devil is shady. So it could be some sort of manipulative situation, but if your heart is like really hungry for this offer, this emotional connection, you know, we can all fall prey to flattery, of course. That's human nature. So just be careful of that, whether business or personal, whatever's going on here, because there's going to be other things arriving. That's what I feel. And normally you're a very patient person. But even the most patient Taurus can reach the end of their tether and be like, no, I'm impatient now. Hello, is this happening? So that's what I would say, Taurus. Just make sure that your heart isn't too hungry so that your discernment energy kind of just goes out the window and you don't pay attention to some signs that were communicated, but you glossed over them. Okay, so this is very important. You don't want to get sucked into and committed into something that could be hard to get out of later with this double energy. Okay, and it's a possibility with this too. Like, let's say you do, you do get into it, you could backtrack just as fast. I mean, if you say yes and you go forward with it for a little while, it could get harder and harder to get out of it. If you immediately have if you say yes and then immediately have a change of heart, you can probably get out of it fast. So kind of keep that in mind I hope that makes sense, with this particular offer and energy. There's better things coming with that Ace of Wands. I can't talk today. With that 8 of Wands. All right, Gemini, let's see what you need to know before you say yes, Gemini. What do you need to know? Let us see. We have a 3 of Wands and we have a Page of Swords. All right, so it's coming on in. Ace of Coins in your heart, 7 of Cups, and the Moon. All right, interesting. This really could be the answer to a prayer, something coming in. But this is what I feel. You want in your heart the steady, sure thing, Ace of Coins. You want the thing that's going to grow a big, freaking, beautiful bounty for you. Something that can grow roots over a long period of time. You've been really focusing on a big ship opportunity, whether business or personal, work with the metaphor coming in. You have been daydreaming about it. Here's your energy, Page of Swords. You've been kind of waiting like an anticipatory, little Gemini, like, is it here yet? Like, you've been really using your mental energy, your manifestation energy, because this is you. But this is also like your inner child energy. Like you got your heart set on something big with this, whatever it might be. And I feel like it's a little idealized, a little bit. Like you've put this big ship almost on a pedestal, and that it needs to be a certain way. And here we have this with this 7 of Cups, which, yes, is a bucket list, but it is a little bit of a fantasy land energy. And then we have this Moon, which can be about fears and doubts and just not seeing clearly or feeling clearly. What you need to know before you say yes is to make sure that you are realistic about what is coming in, because something very gorgeous can be coming in, but you may doubt it because it's not living up to a hype that you have hyped up in your own brain. But yet, in reality, it's still awesome. Do you know what I am saying here, Gemini? So in your own mind, you have taken this thing into the stratosphere of the ultimate fantasy, let's just say. So that when something good comes into reality, you're like, but it's not measuring up to my fantasy. Therefore, I'm going to say no to it. And that would be a shame. So I think what this is saying to me is, check at the door your own tendency to fantasy and that type of thing. And maybe before you say yes, make sure that you look at the thing and are like, this actually is a best case scenario. And not to talk yourself out of something because you're reaching and aiming for a fantastical ideal that really doesn't exist in reality. That's what I feel here. So I hope that this is clear in what I am saying, because you really do want this in your heart. Like, you want this Ace of Coins. And notice it's a coin, which is steady and tangible and a real deal thing. Like, you do want this. But I think with this combo, Page of Swords and this Seven of Cups and this going on here, it's like I said, it's blown into this this daydream that it just can't exist in reality. It's too fantastical. But you can have something pretty darn good if you kind of get your feet back on the ground and get your expectations a little more realistic. And that is not to say you can't manifest this opportunity or dream. Yes, you can, but in a real world way. Let's put it that way. In a real world way so that it can actually happen. So that is what I would say. Like, maybe before you say yes, write down in reality what this would look like for you. And kind of like bring your like minimum viable requirements into your consciousness, and then your a little heightened requirements of what this manifestation opportunity would look like. But leave the more out there fantastical elements in their place, because I don't want you to miss saying yes to an opportunity that could really grow and blossom into something beautiful for you. All right, Cancers, let's see what you need to know before you say yes in your life to an opportunity, a situation, a contract, a relationship. Let us see, Cancer peoples. All right, we have a Five of Cups and we have some Justice. Knight of Wands in your heart, Page of Swords, and a Page of Coins. Okay. All right, so we have the Libra showing up here. And Libra for me is a lot about rebalancing the scales in terms of karmic justice. It's like things can't always be bad. They can't, I'm sorry. It's not the way the universal laws work. So this Five of Cups, like sadness cannot last forever. I mean, grief can endure, sure. But I mean, a Five of Cups situation, it's a five. It's not going to last forever. So what is going on here, I think, what you need to know before you say yes is saying yes when you're in that position, though, of coming out of the Five of Cups, so your energies are a little more balanced. This may have something to do with a contract, of course. We have the Knight of Wands in your heart. This could be home stuff, too. It's your fourth house. We have Knight of Wands in your heart, which is about impulsivity. Okay, so what we have going on here is total impulsiveness in your heart, but then I'm totally stuck and crying in a corner, Five of Cups, and in between is the Libra energy. So there needs to be a balance between those two things. Like, you could still feel a little sad about something, but also in your heart be ready to take action. That would be the ideal scenario, to have that more balanced approach than to be totally impulsive and trying to run away from your feelings and just say yes to something. So that is the key here, that there is a much more of a equilibrium that you are experiencing emotionally before you sign on the dotted line and start investing your energy. Page of Swords, Page of Coins. So what I would say to this in terms of this Libra energy here is that there is a sense of karmic justice, that whatever is coming in here, whatever opportunity is opening up for you, is maybe connected with fixing or rectifying a situation from the past that was unfair in some way. And maybe that's why you were crying as well. So just make sure whatever is coming in is really balancing the scales, in other words, that it's fully maybe completing a karmic cycle, but also balancing a karmic cycle, that you're getting some sort of karmic payback, that it is worth it, that it's enough, that it energizes you, etc. Okay, and helps you start a new chapter, perhaps, in your life. All right, Leos, let's see what you need to know before you say yes in your life to some situation, opportunity, relationship, contract, whatever it might be. Leos. Eight of Wands, there is your energy, and the Two of Swords. Ace of Coins in your heart, Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so you do not want to go out of the frying pan into the fire. That is what you need to know before you say yes. And also, you really want to make sure that this is going to be a fresh emotional chapter for you, and that it feels emotionally aligned, and that there is goodwill being offered to you, that it is sincere, Knight of Cups, that it's not just an energy, that something is not being offered to you just to use you or take advantage of you in some way. So we have something coming toward you very, very quickly. There could be a couple of things. It's possible with this Eight of Wands, but it is fast. It is something that you're going to feel energized by, I think, because it is your energy showing up here. But also, you are using your discernment. Two of Swords. You're like, because how something starts is often how it ends. And so if something starts too fast and takes off too quickly, it can end just as abruptly. And in your heart, you have this Ace of Coins, which is very much about, I want the sure and guaranteed and steady thing. I want the thing that's going to bring me growth over time. And I'm ready and willing to invest my energy in that. I don't want to fly by night. That's what this can be. I'm feeling a little bit here with this Eight of Wands coming in so fast, because then we have an immediate like blockage, like, whoa. Because, you know, in the regular tarot, the Two of Swords, she's like this. Hello, stop, wait a minute. I gotta think about this. So there could be something here again, because this energy is so intense. You are using that discernment to just take a step back and say, I got to think about this. Like, take the pressure off of me. Like, stop badgering me about this. Let me think. Because you're evaluating. And here's the Ten of Wands. Like, you already have a lot on your plate, and you do not want something that's going to be a burden. And you don't want to be guilted into taking on a burden. You want this joy. This is this thing, this Knight of Cups. It needs to feel like flow, not like work. So whatever this might be, even if it is a work-related situation, you don't need any more on your plate. Unless they're offering to be like, well, you won't have to do these things anymore. You're going to be more in charge of your schedule. You can have more freedom. You can kind of get more into the groove of how you naturally work. We're not going to overload you with too many things. Okay, great. Then that's a different story. Okay, so I think that's very interesting. So, and let's say it's a relationship, and all of a sudden somebody's like, you know, coming at you, you know, very strongly. Like, what are you going to, like, are they going to become an emotional burden? This Ten of Wands? Like, this is, you know, more trouble than it's worth. So I think that's kind of where you're at here with this. So before you say yes, what I would say is make sure that it has that Knight of Cups energy, where you feel a sense of happy anticipation and flow and generosity and goodwill, and your intuition is very aligned with a chapter opening, and it's not rushed. And this Ace of Coins in your heart, again, that you're feeling it's aligned, it's valuable, and that over time it can grow into something good. And do not let anybody force you into making a decision too quickly. Two of Swords. Stand your ground. All right, Virgo, let's see what you need to know before you say yes to a situation, an opportunity, a contract, a relationship. What do you need to know, Virgo? Eight of Swords and a Hanging Man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Nine of Swords in your heart. Oh my goodness. Six of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Okay, well, this is very, very clear. You need to feel safe. Your innocent inner child self, Six of Cups, needs to feel safe before you say yes to whatever this is. All right, so we have an Eight of Swords, the Hangman, and the Nine of Swords. Okay, there's only going to be a decision, and here's the Knight of Swords after these swords, but the very tender-hearted, generous, kind, loving Six of Cups is here. And this can be somebody offering you something of good nature, good cheer, like sincere, but you might have some worries and baggage around it because you've been burnt before. And that's okay. That's normal. So you really just need to feel in your heart that you are doing the right thing to protect yourself or work through anything that you need to work through to know that this person and this situation is genuine or not. It may not be. So listen to your intuition. Don't bypass your intuition and listen to the different comfort levels, fear signals, all the things that we all have a very individualistic, internal, intuitive GPS warning system. Our intuition works in different ways. Over time, you learn what are your signals. But there's something here. It could be too something with like hypervigilance from when you were a child as well. But that, and sometimes when we're an adult, that can throw off false positive in a way. Like we are fearful of a situation that actually is fine. But if you were brought up in a traumatic home situation and you've been very hypervigilant, it can be tough to discern until you kind of learn and process through and heal some stuff, what is genuine and what is not. So some of you may be working through that, and that's okay. Take your time. I think this is the main point before you say yes, is to really take your time. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. You're working through a process here. And is your body and is your intuition, the Hangman here, feeling comfortable with this? Before you get, wrapped up, here he is, suspended animation here with this cord around him. Before you get committed and tied to something, just the Hangman, right? He has that little rope around his ankle as he's, in the tree, in the card illustration. So before you, commit yourself, you need to work through any worries or fears, and don't ignore them. Sit with them a little bit, 8 of Swords, but also if you really do feel that it's a genuine thing, then make the decision to move forward with it. So I think for Virgos, I think there's something coming up, some sort of, before you say yes, an opportunity, a situation that it possibly could be triggering, but it also could be triggering in the best way, that it makes you alert to where there's still some work for you to do to understand what you need to feel safe before you make a big commitment. And this may be something to do with a relationship because of the 6 of Cups showing up. So just kind of keep that in mind. You will move forward one way or another with the Knight of Swords there and making a decision, but take your time and process through what you need to process through, and you will be fine. All right, Libras, let's see what you need to know before you say yes to an opportunity, situation, contract, person. Let us see. Libras, we have an 8 of Coins. Whoops. And we have an Ace of Cups. Something coming in. Page of Cups in your heart. 4 of Cups. And 7 of Wands. All right, interesting. Okay, so this, of course, it could be work related. Of course, it's the 8 of Coins showing up. Here's the Virgo. This is what I'm feeling, though. You really want to know that whatever's coming in for you, whatever's being offered to you, is because you're special. That's what I feel. You are special, of course. But you really want to sincerely feel that you're getting special treatment. You are special. That the person involved, whoever's involved with this, recognizes that. And you want this to have some sort of recognition component to it. That's what I feel. You want to know that they chose you because you're the best. So this is what I feel. Otherwise, you don't want it. That's the thing. So before you say yes, is it going to have those feelings? Is it going to bring out those feelings of specialness in you? All right, so it's interesting. it's a combo here because with this Virgo 8 of coins, you are being very practical about it. Like there is a practical nature to this. It might be financial, it might be work related. You're definitely looking at your finances here in this 8 of coins. But it's not just about that. It's also about this Ace of Cups. It's like they're seeing me for me. They want me for me. Page of Cups, very romantic, very innocent, very flowery. It's very Pisces, and it's a little, you know, Pisces. It's a little fantasy. Like you're their ultimate fantasy. 4 of Cups, you've been disappointed before. Like you really want somebody to be bringing a bright and shining cup that is very different, very unique, and lifts your spirits. That's the other thing. That's what I'm saying. Like there's an ego boost. There's this specialness about this. And then this 7 of Wands here, which is, again, they chose you above all these other people. So before you say yes, is it giving you that vibe? But also you might want to check and ask yourself, am I being a little too precious right now? Like, I mean, it depends on what it is. This is a general reading. We all like to feel special, of course. But we wouldn't want necessarily such a driving need of that specialness to perhaps keep us from an opportunity that could be good. So you're just gonna have to see and discern what's gonna be, you know, the case for you. But if it's been a while since you really have felt special or honored by the universe, recognized for your unique, maybe creative talents in some way, you know, it's okay. It's okay. You want that recognition and that focus of attention and energy. That's the other thing too. So if like, as an example, if you're in the dating world, like you want that person's attention exclusively. You don't want to feel like they're like continually dating or shopping around for somebody else. You want to be the one. That's really what's going on here, even in a business sense. Like you want to lock it in, lock it down like this, you know, this is it. You chose me. I am your new VA. I am your new social media marketing manager. I am your go-to whomever. And to be honored and recognized for your talents and capabilities in that way. So before you say yes, check and see, is this thing making you feel the way you want to feel? If this is resonating for you, Libra. All right, Scorpios, let's see what you need to know before you say yes to an opportunity, situation, contract, relationship. Let us see, Scorpio. Scorpio. We have the Justice. Oh, and we have your energy. 6 of Swords in your heart, 3 of Wands, and the 7 of Cups. All right. So before you say yes, you want to know that this offer is really going to end the very difficult situation that you have been in for a while. Like you really want to make sure that you're not getting your hopes up for nothing. Okay? That's what this is. So we have a big ship on the horizon. We have bucket list, dream, 7 of Cups, opportunities, like a next thing you want to be doing. Something is coming in with this energy here. The 6 of Swords in your heart, though, is like, it better solve my problems. Like it better solve whatever I got going on. So you want to leave behind a karmic chapter. It's interesting that this is showing up because this Libra energy is your 12th house, and that is about karmic endings. And then we have the Death card. And for me, justice is an energy of karma. Absolutely. So you want to put the past in the past, wrap up a chapter, leave it behind once and for all. But this can also be some sort of contract or offer. So whatever this contract is, even if it's a new soul contract with someone in your life, like a relationship, like this better, you know, be the type of relationship I really want And I better not have a lot of stress to constantly deal with this person. Like, they better be even keeled and balanced and harmonious and peaceful, because I am not dealing with anybody who isn't that way. So it can be something like that. But it could also be an offer on the table that has some sort of legal ramifications to it, like a job contract or something like that. And with your energy showing up here, it's like you are not about half measures. You don't want something half-assed or half-hearted with whatever this offer is coming in. So before you say yes, I would say really check the requirements. Is this something that's going to ease your stress or just add to it? Is this something that's going to bring the type of change, which is very significant with the Death card showing up here? The type of change I really want, like massive transformation in my life, which has a lot to do with easing my stress levels, Six of Swords, or is it just going to be more of a half-hearted measure, whatever this is? So that's what you need to look at before you say yes. Is this thing going to bring the level of transformation into my life that I want and that I have been dreaming about? Because you are ready for this whole new adventure. All right, so sometimes, the thing is, like, sometimes we don't always know. Like, we make the best decisions we can at the time with information we have. We don't always know, is something that's going to really grow and be a massive transformation. There are no guarantees, of course, but for you got to tune in with your intuitive abilities, your spidey senses, as best as you can with this. And especially those of you who are really looking to make some sort of saying yes to some sort of opportunity that really will be life-changing. That is the key before you say yes, that it has the potential here to really end and close a chapter of your life that you are well and truly finished, over and done with. So that is what I would say to that. It can't just be something that is a temporary band-aid on a situation. That's what I am feeling. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what you need to know before you say yes to an opportunity, relationship, situation, contract, whatever it might be. Sagittarius. Ooh, Ace of Wands and a King of Swords. Five of Coins in your heart. Seven of Swords. Oh my goodness. And an Eight of Wands. Okay. So this thing better have the money behind it. That is the issue. All right. Like, here's the King of Swords. To me, he's the accountant. It's not the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is not an accountant. He has too much money to even be worrying about looking at the accounting books. He hires somebody to do that. Okay. He hires the King of Swords to do it. So the King of Swords is here looking at this Five of Coins and where is the money? This Seven of Swords is also looking at the Five of Coins. So we have this here of, before you say yes, don't be fooled about any sort of money requirements. Don't fool yourself. Don't let anybody fool you. Run it by a lawyer, an accountant. All of that is the King of Swords here, because your heart is tired of waiting around and tired of having your hand out. You want an opportunity that you're going to say yes to because it really fits your energy. Ace of Wands. And this is about a fiery new beginning in your life that you're going to move forward on very, very quickly. Eight of Wands. Like, you got plans, Sag. You got plans. You have plans for whatever this opportunity, wherever this opportunity is going to take you. You are so ready and aligned to say yes for it. And you're kind of raring to go. But hold up, right? Because this is the concern. So it would be a good idea, it would be advisable for you to really just, so you can be totally aligned and sure, to check every single detail, or have your accountant and lawyer do it, of what this money offer or scenario is. Because you don't want to be fooled again. You could have been very trusting before and somebody could have taken advantage of you. Not again. You learned a lesson, I think, about being too trusting in maybe a business negotiation, or like when they hire you, they're like, okay, well, we'll hire you at this salary. And then, in the next 3 months, you'll get a raise, but then they never give it. It's like, but you trusted that they would do it, but then they didn't. It's like those types of things. Oh, yes, we do a yearly review and we give X amount of dollars. There's a year-end bonus. All these like false promises, all these shenanigans, and then they don't do it. So it's very important to get the money up front. Get the money up front. You don't wait on promises. Okay, so do not wait on promises of money. Where is it in the contract? Where is the wire transfer in my freaking bank account? Okay, then we can talk. Then we'll do it. All right, so that's what I would say, because like I said, you really want to move ahead and move forward with your life, and this you do want to say yes to this opportunity, but you're not going to be fooled again with something and being too trusting with a promise of more to come, and then they never deliver. Capricorn, let's see what you need to know before you say yes to a situation, opportunity, relationship, scenario, contract, whatever it might be. Let us see, Capricorn. We have a Queen of Swords and a Chariot. 7 of Swords in your heart, 9 of Coins, and a 3 of Coins. All right. Here is the thing. It better have the money. And before you say yes, where do you see yourself going with this opportunity? Now, as I said to another sign, like, we make the best decisions we can at the time with the information that we have at our disposal. And there is something here about keeping this to yourself, 7 of Swords, until you're really sure about where this path might lead. You are facing a crossroads, I think, here, right? And it's your decision to make. You are in charge. Nobody can pressurize you into making this decision. But you do need some time out to figure it out, and some discernment. There's going to be a whole new plan in motion for you. You're going to be working on something brand new that is very much about your personal prosperity. So this is really about what is best for you and your longer term finances, like the path, Chariot, of your finances going forward. And making some decisions about that. And it has a lot to do with you being in charge and your personal autonomy. You want to create this plan. This is your deal. So this is not about other people calling the shots or influencing you or anything like that. So, and I would say too, is it going to open up a new path for you? Is it going to bring in more prosperity? Is it aligned with what you want to focus in on and work on? If it's not, then that is not for you. And you may need to come up with, Queen of Swords, 7 of Swords, a polite lie of why you're going to say no. So what I would say here too, if you are going to say no to something, because you're going to say yes to something else that's more aligned for you, because there is choices. There's you might say no to one thing because you're going to say yes to something else. You might have to come up with, as I said, a polite lie, a little Fibonacci, 7 of Swords, Queen of Swords, that you will tell somebody a polite no. Because it could be too that you really want to see something play out on your own first before you get other people involved. All right. So like, let's say it's something to do with business and somebody is wanting to hire you, but you're like, well, I want to see if my business and what I've been working on and this next plan I have for it is really going to take off before I say yes to something else. But maybe that's a good contact in the future. You don't want to totally say, no to them. I mean, you are going to say no to see how it plays out. But that's my point. You don't want to necessarily slam a door either, because maybe in the future you might need that door and say yes to it in the future. There's something here you want to say yes to yourself first and see how something plays out for your future before you commit yourself, I think, to something where you're not going to be in charge. Okay. So, and the same thing, like it could be too, like if this is something with romance, there could be somebody, you know, who's interested in you, but you don't see a future with them. They're not a bad person or anything, but you're fine on your own and you have these other goals and things you're working on. Like that would just be a distraction to get you off your path. So before you say yes to that, you'll check in and be like, I'm not ready for that right now. Maybe in 6 months, okay. Maybe in Virgo season, get back to me, but not right now. I feel, Capricorn, there's something here where you're going to say yes to yourself, but you're not going to give an outright no to whatever's coming in. You'll be like, let's check in later. Catch me again in 6 months, or let's talk in 2026. That type of thing. Aquarius, let's see what you need to know before you say yes to something in your life, opportunity, situation, person, contract. Aquarius, let's see. We have the Chariot and we have the 9 of Wands. 8 of Swords in your heart, 8 of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. All right. All right, this is what I feel. There is going to be an opportunity presented to you with this Knight of Cups and this Chariot. The thing is this you're working through here. Before you say yes, there is something in your heart you need to admit to yourself about whatever's been going on up to this point. You have been working very, very hard. You have been hanging in there on a path that you've made certain decisions. This is you in charge of your path, right? You've been working hard on something. You've been kind of stubborn about getting results from it. But maybe the results are not there. It could be time to go down a different road. And I think the universe is going to offer you the opportunity to do that. So you're going to wave goodbye to this path here and wave hello to a different path that will be a little easier for you. Knight of Cups. There is more flow instead of more hard work and forcing and like this sense of stubbornness I'm getting. There's going to be more flow. It's going to maybe move faster. There could be been like something that's been very delayed and held up, but you kept persevering and trying it. Like you know, like I said, stubborn. You were really determined to do this. But you could be seeing that a path you were on, it's not you. It's that it's not right now, or the universe has something much better in mind for you. So before you say yes, work through this process of letting go gracefully and opening yourself up emotionally, Knight of Cups, and accepting that there is something new and better for you. You'll still be in charge of it in some way, the Chariot here. You'll still be, of course, holding the reins in your own hands of your destiny moving forward, but you're going to just be getting on an easier path. That is what I am feeling. But it's the sunk cost fallacy. It's like, well, I poured so much into this already. I can't give up now. And sometimes you have to cut your losses so that the better thing is coming. And so to say yes, knowing that that is true, because the thing could come in and you could be like, oh, I'm not going to take it because you are, again, like I said, sunk cost fallacy. I can't give up now. But the thing may still not materialize until you switch courses. You go down a different path the universe is trying to get you to say yes to. So consider that, Aquarius. And Pisces, let's see what you need to know before you say yes to a new situation, opportunity, offer, contract, relationship. Pisces, let's see what you need to know. Chariot and the 8 of Coins. 2 of Coins in your heart. 8 of Cups. And a Knight of Cups. Okay. This is what I feel. Before you say yes, really know what you want to be focusing in on. If you have had lackluster results lately, okay, if things have just not been to a degree that you would like them to be, you're kind of hanging in there. Things are, you got too much on your plate here with this Two of Coins. There's like, you're constantly in motion. You're spinning all these different plates. You're doing all these things. Or it could just be two things as well with the two that are showing up here. Your energy showing up here, the Eight of Cups. There's something you need to let go of before you say yes. Even with the Chariot here, there's two. How can you do two things at once? I mean, you are a mutable sign. You probably can. Okay. But the Virgo showing up here, this is focus. And then we have the beautiful Knight of Cups, which is about things being in more flow, a new chapter where things are flowing, more aligned with your energy. I feel like before you say yes, make sure you know which one you're going to choose. There's a choice coming for you. You can stay trying to juggle two things, two relationships, two jobs, two side hustle businesses, two whatevers. But I think the universe is bringing you an opportunity to say yes to one of them that will lead to more success if you would just choose and commit to it. Rather than trying to keep kind of both doors open because you're afraid if you choose one, it'll evaporate, it won't be there. All right, so that's what I think. You're going to be more powerful, Chariot, by being in the driver's seat of your life and making that choice to be on that single road. And focused, the Virgo, focused rather than diluting your energies into many things. Okay, and you'll have better financial results also. The same thing. Like, let's say you have your own business and there's two like product lines or two service lines or multiple things. Honing it down to one true thing that you really focus on and trying to make money from. That would be the advice. All right, so say yes to that. And universe could be giving you a very clear sign of what you should be saying yes to in your life also. If you are unclear, ask the universe for that sign and it will deliver. So thank you so much for joining me for what you need to know before you say yes. I really hope the reading was helpful. If you found value in it, if you would consider leaving a thumbs up, sharing the video, leaving me a comment, letting me know what you're looking forward to saying yes to. And that would be very much appreciated, as all the interaction really helps the video reach more people in the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so much. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.